great cameraman. G'day everybody. How are you?
Hi Ben.
I'm here with Ellen Williams.
Mwah.
Brand new Sapphire Elite in our business. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Ben.
So having a cup of tea and just a little bit of an informal chat.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the business for, Ellen?
So I've been in the business now just over 2.5 years.
Okay, beautiful. Now, a lot of people might know a little bit about Ellen, so I'm just going to sort of try and dig in. So how did you get started? How did you find out about Jeunesse?
Okay, so I was actually on Facebook, so through social media. I had a friend on Facebook who was the person who referred me to the business, and I actually contacted them because I knew that they were in the industry, and I was actually looking for something to do from home.
Wow. Wow. We should have contacted me. So tell me, when at the time you were stay-at-home mum then?
Yeah, definitely. So I've got 2 young children. Some call me crazy. My girls are 11 months apart in age. So they're very close in age. And yes, I was a stay-at-home mum, and they were both preschool aged at the time. Okay,
so what made you decide to start looking for something to do?
So I found myself in a financial position where I was forced to go back into the workforce. And being a mum, being a very maternal mum, I didn't want to have to put my children into childcare and have to go back to work. So yeah, that's basically how
What a champion.
That's how I got into it, yeah.
Fantastic. So then who did you contact? Who was the first point of call?
So Mr. Stephen Baker.
The big baker man.
Steve was a Facebook friend of mine who I'd contacted about using a nutritional product quite a number of years earlier to that. He'd stayed a Facebook friend of mine, but I've never met Steve. He was a complete stranger to me. So.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
How it twists and turns. So you got started. So how did you get started? Let's talk about that. How did you get started?
So I contacted Steve and we started communicating through Facebook. And at the time I was actually using another product from another network company, and that's how I was firstly exposed to network marketing.
Okay.
So I got in contact with Steve and actually said, I've got this product, I know you're in the industry, would you mind if you gave me your feedback on the product? And he said, we need to catch up and have a chat. And I met him down at the Dendy Deli. Magic happens at the Dendy Deli
yeah.
In Brighton. And he was very excited because he just got off the plane from the USA.
Okay.
Coming back, yes.
Awesome. The great master.
Yes.
Okay, so then, so you got started and started prospecting, getting some people into the business? So
I had being a first timer in the industry, never had a business before. What sparked my interest was that, Steve and the group of people had such a proven track record for success. So I'd always read a quote that said, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. So I did throw myself into the business. I did follow in some footsteps, but I made quite a few mistakes along the way as well.
Okay, that's good. So what's one of the big mistakes that you could advise people not to do?
Recreate the wheel.
So we're all guilty of that. So let's go on that. What? Let's explain. What's that? What was the recreate the wheel?
Just thinking that you had a better way to do it, and that the systems that were in place, that obviously now I know that have been proven throughout time, we're going to do it differently or try to get off path and to do things differently. So, not staying to those fundamental principles of the industry that are proven to work.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to get to the punch now because everyone asks me this same question. So tell us about Zen Body.
Zen Body.
Well, first of all, because I've heard your testimonial.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you felt before.
So, getting into the business was, one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. But I kept coming through a lot of roadblocks in my life, and a lot of the roadblocks that I came through in my life was I never actually knew how to handle my emotions. So I would drink or eat food, and I never really knew how to handle myself. So when Zen Body came out on the market, I was lucky enough to be able to go over to Macau in September of last year and be able to bring the product back into Australia. So, when Zen was launched, having tried a lot of other weight loss products, I've tried, all the ones through our industry. I've tried prescription medications and sprays on tongues and all that kind of stuff. And I really...
So that would be pretty distressing if you tried all these things.
Definitely.
With not the happy results.
Not happy results, and it was kind of as a letdown. And to be really honest, when Zen Body was launched, there was a part of me that was going, please, 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 please work. And then this other part of me going, oh, here we go again. I was ready for that, that crash and that disappointment. So, yeah. But I got on the product, and for the first time in my life, and it's something that you really can't explain unless you're trying the product, I suppose, but it was something that just gave me control. So, being someone who didn't know how to handle their emotions and emotional eating, I had that control. So, yeah, I've had absolutely phenomenal results.
Absolutely phenomenal results.
Yeah.
So tell us about what's happened with your dress sizes, because every week or 2 weeks on Facebook, tell.
So, for someone who's always, for a very long time anyway, had been, not being able to fit into clothes in normal sizes, that's something that actually is quite emotional, brings up a lot of emotions. So recently, having stood up with testimonial photos of me at my biggest, in my undies and bra, brought back a lot of those emotions. And I can actually look at those photos now and I can actually feel how miserable and sad I felt, because I know, what I was feeling at that sort of point in time. So for me now, just last week, I have officially lost now over 20 kilos. And and I've dropped 2 dress sizes. So that for me means, having dropped from a size 18 down to a size 14, that means now that I can actually go in and just buy clothes off the rack at normal clothes shops.
So hold on, excuse me for being a male here. So what do you mean just buy it off the rack? What does that mean?
So generally I could actually, and even online shopping, so I could actually just go online and go, I'm a size 14 and get it shipped to my door and put it on.
But previously you couldn't?
No. The size that I was in weren't in normal clothes shops. So
that would be pretty...
Yeah, it wasn't a nice place to be at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be very tough, I'd say. To go into a dress shop and nothing fits you, you, that would be...
Yeah. And I know a lot
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been quite an emotional journey, and it's kind of almost a pinch me, because I can't believe how effortless the weight loss has been using the products as well. So, it's not about the meal replacement, and it's not about, going on diet shakes. It's about holistic eating and eating 3 meals a day and being healthy.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, to focus on being healthy instead of being skinny.
Yeah.
Has been a good mind shift as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. So in this business, obviously, and we've known each other for a while, so we've sort of watched each other's progress through it. So tell me, you can see that you've now got that leadership and you know how to do this business. What do you think is one of the keys to building a good business?
My key my fundamental key with every person that I bring on into my business or that I work with is relationships, is building that relationship with people.
Yep.
It's not a process of selling product, and it's not a process of getting people into the business. It's actually a process of getting to know people, and that's my passion, is helping and finding out what their dreams are and helping them achieve their dreams. So the fundamental for anyone in my team or the people who work directly with me is is relationships and building that know, like and trust.
Yeah, awesome. Now let's talk about some of the fun stuff now. I hope you don't mind me mentioning this. One day on a post, you posted up an electricity bill, and you were like $2,500 in credit.
Yes.
So, and it was a relief.
Yes.
So tell us, how did that happen?
So and I've actually just recently got another one. I'm now $2,700 in credit. But I had basically set up some BPay payments on all my bills. So every time that a bill comes in, I just don't have to worry about it. And so literally, I don't like opening mail. It's just a personal thing. So I literally let the mail stack up.
So why don't you like opening mail?
Because there's normally bills in them. So when I started getting a steady income in, I set up BPays to come out. So I just knew that I wouldn't have any bills.
That's a lot of stress taken off, I'd say.
Absolutely, it's a lot of stress off the household for sure.
So there's be people out there that you can't explain that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you can't even rid of those bills out. That's a pretty amazing thing.
Yeah.
And you've just come back from an unbelievable trip in Dubai.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I was talking to a friend earlier about this today, and there's nothing else to describe it than just an absolute life-changing experience. One of the people in our business had actually gone and added up all the experiences and the accommodation and everything, and it was over 15,000 Australian dollars that Jeunesse had paid per person for our trip to Dubai. So just through doing our normal business activities, working the business and helping other people, I qualified to go to Dubai. And being a country girl and not knowing much about the big wide world, I honestly didn't know what to expect. And having gone there and seeing and experiencing things that I've never dreamt of before in my life was incredible. And funnily enough, when I joined Jeunesse, I never left the country on plane.
Wow.
So to be able to, I've been to Hong Kong and Macau and now Dubai and Singapore in September. For someone who's grown up in a very traditional country town on a property, it's something that just is out of this world. It's incredible. Yeah.
Well, amazing story, isn't it? So you've obviously got some of the success. What really impresses me is I think you've got that humility now that you can, it's anyone can do it.
Oh, if I can do this business, anyone can do this business. And I mean that with my hand on my heart. I left school when I was 15 to be a hairdresser.
Okay. And
to earn the income that I'm earning, hairdressing would be completely impossible. And
sorry, I want to ask this because you opened up. So you're 15.
Yep.
And where did you first start working at?
So I left school halfway through year 10. I was living in Forbes in country New South Wales. I've moved around quite a lot as a teenager and as a child. And I left school halfway through year 10 to start a hairdressing apprenticeship in Forbes.
Okay.
And moved around a little bit and finally finished it off when I was 18. So. And
then when did you go from the hairdressing?
I was hairdressing for 15 years.
Okay.
And worked my way up to I'd got an early completion out of my apprenticeship. I'd managed a salon, and that's kind of what really sparked my mind into big picture thinking, was being in a franchise organisation.
Okay.
They're them investing money into leaders, and I was still only very young. I think I was 19 or 20, managing a hairdressing franchise. So, and then I'd worked for people, worked from home, even up until when the girls were babies. I'd had a client base of people that would literally come and sit around my kitchen table I put foils in their hair.
So home-based business.
Home-based business. Yeah.
Awesome. So, we said before, not reinvent the wheel. Someone watching this, what do you suggest for them to have a fast start or to really kick with the wind?
So for anyone, starting out in the business, I always say, get in touch with your leaders and get down with them and connect and start talking to people. I remember when I first started, I would, if I was at a live event or, even through social media, if I saw someone doing what I wanted to be doing, I would follow in their footsteps.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big testament to sort of where I am today. Is I sort of seen, people, and it's all about modelling their behaviour, acting how they act, and stepping up as leaders and watching the great leaders that we have here. And
great answer.
Yeah.
And tell me, before Zen Body, what was your favourite product?
AM/PM.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love the AM/PM. And I do live a busy life. Some people think I'm crazy, and it is a choice a lot of the time. I love early mornings because I like to fit everything into my day. And I love the energy, but most of all, I love the sleep at night with the AM/PM. The PMs are just beautiful.
Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap this up now, but I'm going to ask you a trick question. So what's the next goal?
The next goal is obviously Ruby.
Ruby
Red, get my Ruby Red shoes.
How good is that?
Good, very good. Got some very big goals this year, and I've been saying to Steve, and I know this is a really silly goal, but I want to get in the Millionaires Club. I want to have one of those giant checks with my name on it. And it's up on my dream board, and you can see that up there.
We might have to get Steve to get you a fake one.
Because I want to be in the Millionaires Club.
Get it out of his petty cash too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's one of my goals.
Let's go.
I want a giant check with my name on it. And I want to obviously get to Ruby and beyond. I'm not even really getting started yet. It's just it's only the beginning, which is crazily exciting. We haven't even got warmed up, have we?
No, it's good. Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Cheers, I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. I hope you got something out of that. Cheers.
Thank you.